budget. Nanggaling sa kanila po. We have removed complicated projects, overlapping projects that are still receiving funding. Nako, baka naman sa Pebrero, iba na naman ang usapin. Ayoko naman ng ganito. Ano kaya talaga ang direksyon natin? Hindi po ito nanggaling sa amin. Narinig naman ninyo verbatim ang quote na yan. Yan ang press release ni Secretary Dizon.
Siguro pinakamalaking corruption scandal sa history ng bansa.
Dizon is no engineer. He's an economist and a political aide.
Sa new incumbent administration. In fact, it was live streamed. You can go back in your records. No less than Secretary Vince Dizon said to the chair, ibaba nga nyo, tanggalin yung mga proyektong to mula sa 800 plus na flood control, naging 625, pwede pa nyong ibaba. Sige, kasi hindi pa namin kayang masukat lahat dahil bago lang ako ilang buwan. So ibaba nyo. And that is the basis. We did not, and the chair did not, put down the cost unilaterally, arbitrarily. It is data-driven. All the facts, many more, came from the Department of Public Works and Highways. Having said that, I am certain that our colleagues in the House of Representatives want a budget reflective of what is due to the people. If it's a farm-to-market road, we don't want it overpriced. If indeed it's 10 million per kilometer, it should be such. If it's 15 million, kung tumaas na ang presyo. Kung magkano ang graba, ayaw natin ng doble ang presyo. Kasi ang ginagastos natin, pero ng taong bayan. Diba? Pag nagtatayo tayo ng bahay kubo, alam natin magkano ba ang kogon, magkano ba ang kawayan, magkano ang konti ng semento. So, I am just clarifying all that, lest it be misconstrued that the Senate invented the numbers just to bring down the cost. Yes, we all want a lower cost, but these were inputs submitted to the Senate by the Department of Public Works and Highways. And I speak like this in behalf of the Senate leadership because we had a caucus 2 hours earlier. I appreciate the patience of our colleagues in the House of Representatives. Thank you.
We recognize Senator Amy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair and Madam Chair. Following on to Senator Legarda's statement, let us first clarify that there has been ample time. August 31 was the appointment date of Secretary Dizon. That was quite a few months ago, during which period, nakailang beses siyang humarap sa Senado. Paulit-ulit po ang tanong namin kung talagang sapat itong budget na nilaan. I quote verbatim, September 18, the Department of Public Works and Highways slashes 255 billion worth of locally funded flood control projects from the 2026 budget. And may I quote verbatim, we are revising the agency's budget. Nanggaling sa kanila po. We have removed complicated projects, overlapping projects that are still receiving funding or that have been allocated funding for 2026. Verbatim po, siya nagsabi niyan. Hindi kami nag-imbento niyan. Ngayon, sabi niya, na re-review na raw nila yung initial proposal, nagtanggal sila ng 55.53 billion worth of duplicate or complicated projects or completed overlapping projects. Ang ibig ba sabihin, i-restore yung mga duplicated, completed, and overlapping projects? Doon ako nagtataka. At ano ang garantiya natin na sa loob ng 2 buwan na naman, after 2 months, he may change his mind again, as he has, apparently, yesterday. So from September 18, kahapon, December, nako, baka naman sa Pebrero, iba na naman ang usapin. Ayoko naman ng ganito. Ano kaya talaga ang direksyon natin? Hindi po ito nanggaling sa amin. Narinig naman ninyo verbatim ang quote na yan. Yan ang press release ni Secretary Dizon.
Madam Chair. Mr. Chair.
Representative Pepito Alvarez and then Representative Libanon.
Tama po si Senador Loren, tama rin si Senador Marcos. And highways na sila ang nagtanggal. Ako po personally ang nag-complain doon kay Secretary Bersamin nung nandoon siya sa amin sa House. Habang nalulunod ang buong bansa sa flood control. Kung maaari, tanggalin mo muna itong 255 billion na ito. Kasi kung hindi, hindi namin tatalakayin yung budget ng executive, ibalik mo na namin sa inyo.
Dahil nga dito sa statement na ito at meron ho nga nakasulat ho dito, to avoid inaccurate costing and potential project unimplementability, at ito ay isang apela sa Senado, gusto rin ho namin marinig no, yung kanyang pag-aanalisa no, dito po sa isyung ito, itong CMPD/adjustment factors. Pero, for the record again, nung nagkaroon ho kami ng 2 hearing sa Senado, klarong-klaro na sinabi niya na maraming overpriced na items sa loob ng budget. At tingin ko, hindi ho tayo magdedebate na ayaw natin yung overpriced item sa budget. Pare-pareho tayo lahat. No? Hindi ho tayo magdedebate doon. Ang gusto ho natin, isang budget na malinis, isang budget na ang kanilang presyo ay totoong presyo at reasonableng presyo. No, yun naman ang gusto nating lahat. Dahil kung tayo ay mag-approve ng proyekto o ng budget ngayon na overpriced, babalik tayo sa dating problema. No, yun doon naman ho kami nanggagaling. At again, sabi nga ni Senator Loren, itong application ng CMPD adjustment factor nanggaling ho to sa DPWH. Hindi ho kaya ng Senado, wala ho kaming mga engineers, wala ho kaming mga taong kayang mag-apply ng ganun. Ito galing ho sa DPWH. Kaya doon ho namin kinuha at for the record, sinupply rin ho sa amin yung mga adjustment factors na yun formally at doon ho namin in-apply. Dahil sa Senado, ang aming direksyon ay ma-apply yung tamang presyo sa mga proyekto. So,
Madam
sige po.
Chair?
Yeah.
Yes, very quickly, Madam Chair? Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, very quickly. Hindi lamang kasi yung overpriced sa flood control ang ating concern. In fact, yung hearings dun sa classroom acceleration measure, pati yung DPWH classrooms, overpriced, lumalabas. Kaya kung sinabi nilang overpriced, yung secretary mismo, tapos ngayon ay sinasabing aprubahan natin, ibalik natin yung pricing, ayaw nating pikit matang mag-aaproba at tatanggapin yung kanyang paliwanag na biglang parang 180-degree turn siya, no? Nagbaliktad. Yung dating overpriced, gusto niyang i-restore. Yun ang concern namin. Yung dating sinabi niyang overpriced, ngayon gusto niyang ibalik. Tama ba yun? Kaya dapat lang magpaliwanag siya.
Madam Chair, maraming salamat po sa comment ng mga senador.
Minority Leader Libanan.
Thank you po, Mr. Chairman. Maraming salamat po. Ang isang kailangan nating i-consider din po dito, na hindi lang tayo nag-a-appropriate ng pondo. Ang importante, nag-a-appropriate tayo ng pondo na mai-implement. Kasi kung hindi po ito ma-implement ng tama, walang saysay maglagay ng pondo dito. At sinusuportahan ko po yung pag-imbita sa ating sekretary. Maraming salamat po.
Mr. Chair, I support the request for Secretary Dizon to explain to both houses and to everyone so that we can be clarified. Anyway, from the beginning, sila naman sa DPWH ang nagbigay sa atin ng impormasyon, so we see how it will be revised, amended, taken back, or just explained para maliwanag. So I join the House in asking him to explain to all of us, if that's fine with the body.
Before we invite Secretary Vince, the last words from
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Senator Erwin.
For the record lang, Mr. Chair, just point of clarification, siguro the House should start reviewing yung Section 62 of the Rules of the House na nagsasabi po na in cases where the House does not agree with the Senate on any amendments to any House bill and these measures have conflicting provisions, differences may be settled by conference committees only composed of representatives from both chambers. Yun lang naman sa akin, Mr. President, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair. Thank you po.
Senator Erwin, ito naman ay meron pong concurrence ng votes the Senate and the House of Representatives. So talagang hong bihirang-bihira ang nag-i-invite ng resource persons. No? Dahil ito ay pag-uusap o pagpupulong po ng dalawang kapulungan. Pero kung meron pong mga ganitong talagang kakaibang sitwasyon at kailangan ho natin maintindihan ng mas malalim pa ho yung mga issues, with the concurrence of both chambers, pwede naman ho tayo mag-invite.
So-
Pero tama ho kayo na ito dapat bihirang-bihira, hindi ho pwede maging regular.
I guess, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, we have to review our rules. Or in the future, Mr. Chair, this will happen again. Then alam ho natin ang gagawin. There will be no more discussions.
Yeah.
In the future, ika nga bicameral conference between the two houses. Kasi there's already establishing rule na pag may conflicting, hindi talaga magkasundo, pwede na tayong patawag, magpaliwanag yung sa executive department, Mr. Chair. Yun lang naman ang punto ko, Mr. Chair. But I do agree. Sige, let's bring him in. Pero in the future, Mr. Chair.
Tama ho kayo. Talagang hindi ho pwede maging regular to na kung hindi ho tayo nag-agree, merong third party na papasok. Hindi ho talagang... But in this case, dahil technical to, about engineering, about pricing, something na hindi ho natin expertise, no? Lahat ho dito. Kaya in this very special circumstance, and with the agreement of both chambers, we will invite Secretary Dizon to explain this issue. So
Mr.
with
Chair.
that... Yes? Do you want to say the last words, Senator Amy?
No, nagre-react lang po ako. Vince Dizon is no engineer. He's an economist and a political aide.
That's true, but he's the Secretary of the Department of Public Works, and he was the one who made that statement during the public hearings in the Senate, and he also is the one who supplied the adjustment factors in CMPD to the Senate. So with that, with the concurrence of the House, we can invite Secretary Dizon as a resource person of this.
With the concurrence of both houses, there being a motion from the House and also motion by Senator Lauren, we then approve any second? From the Senate po.
Second.
The motion is hereby approved. We invite Senator Vince Dizon to please step into the room. Secretariat, please call, what did I say? Senator, my apologies. Secretariat, please call Secretary Vince.
Chair. Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, can I suggest Secretary Dizon not to sit in line with the Senate panel? He must sit somewhere where the whole public can see him. If he may. May camera ba? Okay.
So, Secretary Dizon, you're recognized, and please limit the discussions to the adjustment factors as well as the CMPD. Yan po yung issue on hand. And also, this is in response to your statement. Once again, the Department of Public Works and Highways has requested the Senate to restore the deducted amounts from the projects of 2026 DPWH proposed budget as a result of the reductions in the construction materials price data. So this is in response to your motion for reconsideration.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. To the Chairman of the Senate Conference for the BICAM, Senator Win, to the honorable senators present, to Chairperson Mika Swan Singh, the head of the House Bicameral Conference, and the members of the House of Representatives. Good afternoon. I will be very brief, just a few slides po to present. But before that, I think it's very important po for me to make it very, very clear why we are all here discussing this very, very important and, quite frankly, unprecedented reform measure that the President initiated this year, which is the reduction of the construction materials price data, which has never been done at this level and in this breadth. Ang Pangulo po mismo ang nag-instruct sa akin na ibaba ang presyo ng simento, ng bakal, ng asfalto, ng graba, ng buhangin, at iba pang mga materyales na ginagamit sa pagpapagawa ng ating mga kalye, mga tulay, mga classroom, at iba pa. Hindi pa po ito ginagawa in the past. No, dati po, nagbababagang ng budget by 10%, pero yung level of detail po na ginawa ng administrasyon ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ay ngayon pa lang po nagawa ito. Importante po ito dahil nung kanyang SONA, ang Pangulo po mismo ang bumulgar sa isa sa mga pinakamalaki o siguro pinakamalaking corruption scandal sa history ng bansa. At sabi niya, enough is enough. Kailangan reformahin na natin ang DPWH. And this is a testament to the President's vision of making the DPWH more transparent and removing all forms of corruption, beginning with the overpriced materials. So, tama po ang Senado at ang Kongreso. Sinabi ko po paulit-ulit na dahil sa utos ng Pangulo, binaba po namin ang presyo ng iba't ibang materyales sa pagpapagawa ng ating mga iba't ibang proyekto sa DPWH. Tama din po na nung pong public hearing, ito mismo ay inanunsyo ko at inimplement na po namin with a special issuance that was issued 2 months ago. At ito ay sa kasulukuyang ini-implement na nga po din po namin, hindi lang para sa mga proyekto for the 2026 budget, kundi pati sa mga proyekto ngayong 2025 na hindi pa napoprocure. Ito nga po ang naging suggestion mismo ni Senator Loren Legarda nung public hearing at tama po siya doon. At yun po ay ginagawa na rin po namin. Ngayon po, ipapaliwanag ko lang po sa Senado at sa Kongreso kung ano ang proseso para gawin ito ng tama. Yun lang naman po. No? At bago po ako magsimula, gusto ko lang po sigurong i-correct yung mga iba't ibang mga balita na naririnig natin. Unang-una, hindi po totoo na ibinabalik na po ng DPWH yung dating presyo. Hindi po totoo yun. Nakita ko po yun sa social media kahapon pagkatapos namin ilabas ang statement, narinig ko din po ngayon. Hindi po totoo yun. Ang presyo po na ibinaba na natin ay hindi ibabalik sa lumang mas mataas na presyo. At sa tingin ko po, dahil sa reforma ng Pangulo, hindi na ito imababalik in the future. Dahil sino pa pong presidente o DPWH secretary ang pwedeng magbalik nito na ngayon na naibaba na natin sa tamang presyo. Yun po ang unang-una. Ikalawa po, wala pong ibang project na ipinapabalik ang DPWH. Wala po. Whether flood control project or kahit anong project, wala po tayong laman, wala pong laman yung ating kasulatan kay Senator Win Gatchalian at sa House contingent na nagsasabi na pinapabalik po natin ang iba't ibang mga proyekto. Wala po tayong pinapabalik na kahit anong bagong proyektong tinanggal na. Whether yan ay flood control, tulay, kalye, multipurpose building. Wala po tayong pinapabalik. Ang hinihingi lang po natin is yung pong binawas na 45 billion approximately. Next slide, please. Sorry. Wala pa ba kayong slide? Ibalik po ulit para po ma-implement po ito ng tama. Kasi while it is true that the President told me and instructed me to bring down the prices of materials in order to eliminate overpricing, he also is very conscious of our desperate need to ramp up our infrastructure spending and our infrastructure implementation. We all know that in the past quarter, the economy only grew by 4%. And this is largely because of the cut in public expenditure, especially in infrastructure. And the President does not want that to happen. Our fear is, and I will show later some examples, that the cut made using our adjustment factors, as Sen Win correctly pointed out, across the board, across roughly 10,000 projects in the General Appropriations Bill, may result inevitably in projects that will end up being unimplementable because of the way that they were applied